What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. We're going to talk about the Tigers today. I got my Tigers insignia on, although the orange cap and the white sweatshirt here probably isn't a real good thing on a hot day like today. Kind of do a little weather report. It's been beautiful out. Not like any kind of September kind of weather. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today. So, and I got a sweatshirt on, although I'm just doing it just for this video. I'll just take it off and do my normal routine stuff. But kind of getting away from that, I want to talk about the Tigers. And if you guys are big Tiger fans like me, you guys know that Brad Ausmus is not going to be back for the 2018 season. Probably a good thing. Probably a good decision for the Tigers. I'm going to do this as part of my wrap-up assessment here, too, when the season's done. Hopefully I'll be able to watch one or two more games here on the television and get my post-game analysis to you guys, and then we'll do a wrap-up of the season for the Tigers, which there's quite a bit I kind of want to talk about in that video. But I kind of don't. That's a kind of a little bit of a prelude to this video. I'm going to go ahead and talk about today's, or actually it was yesterday's decision not to bring Brad back. As you guys know, last year we were kind of in a contention for the wild card race, the AL wild card. We were in contention there, and then we go to the Braves. The Braves weren't that great. I think they were out of contention by then for the National League wild card at that point. I don't think they were that. I think they had a losing record at that point, and I didn't go back and research this. I kind of did a little thing on when I was doing the research on here. I didn't go back to figure out what the record was, but if you guys watch the Tigers enough, you guys know that the Braves weren't that good. Well, the Tigers ended up getting swept, and I was kind of a little perturbed. I wouldn't say to my rant style like I do in my rant videos, but I was a little upset that, and maybe upset's the right word, that the Tigers didn't make the playoffs. I thought we had a good team. We were starting to come on there at the last part, and then it just kind of fell apart there against the Braves. In hindsight now, it probably was a good thing that this happened. And then you come into this season, I thought the Tigers were kind of had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. I didn't think they would make the wild card, but in my prediction video, I think it was way back in March, I believe it was, I said that they were going to be in third place. These guys are now contending for the worst team in the league. And that's a big, big swing. Although they lost quite a bit of players to free agency, into trades and all that. So I'm not really surprised that going halfway up into about the season till the end of August, and then a bunch of people got purged, and going to other organizations, that this happened. It's really not a big surprise. They started out, the slow start this year kind of crippled them. They had some bad losing streaks in the beginning of the year. Shane Green didn't really pitch all that well. Alex Wilson has had a terrible time trying to be in that setup role for the closer to get the Tigers in a winning position. He kept blowing them. And you guys know my rant just a couple of days ago on Alex Wilson on that. And that kind of stems from that. And going along with the slow start that year, there was kind of rumblings in the Tigers organization that Brad wasn't the right fit. Now, that had been, I guess, repeated over and over again in the clubhouse, although Al Avila, was adamant about keeping him, and he kept him twice when he really probably should have said, you know, Brad, we're going to go with a different style of manager to manage a team. But I think he kind of wanted to see what Brad would do, kind of along those lines, to see how he kind of would react to different situations before he kind of made that stern decision to go, okay, well, we know we're not getting anywhere with Brad, so we're going to go into a different direction. That was Dombrowski's hire, and when Dombrowski hired him, throughout the 4 seasons that he's been here, he's only had one postseason appearance, and he got swept by the Orioles, I believe it was. Yeah, I think it was the Orioles back in 2014, and they haven't made the postseason since. So that kind of tells you what the demeanor in the clubhouse was. And actually, going to that point, I kind of got on here that the clubhouse was described as a country club. It was lacking accountability. Brad would kind of be one of the boys kind of stuff. He would go out and do routine ground balls and catch and do some other that stuff. And you can't be really doing that as a manager of a Tigers or any kind of Major League Baseball organization, or even in the NHL, the NBA, or the NFL. You really can't be doing that sort of stuff. You can't be kind of one of the guys to do that sort of stuff. So I kind of think that kind of had some stuff to go along with it. And it was just an overall lack of accountability in the clubhouse. And I kind of want to before I kind of get in too far into this, I kind of want to give a shout out to Anthony. I believe it's Fench. He's from the Free Press. That's where I got all this information from. That was a very, very good article. And I'll post it down in the comments, guys, so if you guys want to read it and kind of follow along with me here. There was kind of some rumblings in here, kind of jumping back a little bit. I know I'm kind of jumping all around here. That there was some rumors that Jim Leyland had actually pitched Brad to be the manager of the team. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that's just was rumors. I don't think that Jim Leyland was kind of pushing for Brad to get the spot, because as when Leyland kind of left and then Brad kind of came in, I thought, why are they putting Brad Ausmus into a managerial role? I mean, he's pretty young and he hasn't really had any managerial experience. At least that's what it was to me. Now, I didn't go back to see if he had any kind of managerial record. I thought Brad would probably better be put off into maybe in the minor leagues to try to get him some experience, to put him in situations to try and fail instead of at the big league level where the microscope's been put on you. But in the smaller leagues, you're not going to have quite that microscope. I mean, you can kind of fail, and maybe some previous managers would give you some advice on maybe how to do that better. But at this top level, all that's a microscope is on you. And Brad kind of said, this is my fault, but it never translated into any wins. So along with that, like I said, Avila stuck with him twice, and then it kind of, and we all kind of know the rest of the story on here. I did say that he was well liked in the clubhouse, although, I had that country club style like I proposed there. And this is kind of my Lions and the Tigers. Jim Caldwell for the Lions is also well liked, but I think he brings a bit of accountability, or at least he's passed that down to his coaches to, hey, let's have some accountability. Our guys should be performing better. And I don't think Brad had gotten that concept. Now, I'm not a big fan of Jim Caldwell at all, but at least I don't know if he's brought that down to his coaches to say, hey, let's get some accountability on these guys. If they're not doing well, it's kind of, I'll use the term chew their ass to try to make them perform better and to get them motivated to do better. Because, kind of maybe some criticism can kind of come back as confidence, constructive criticism. The article kind of goes on to say that that never happened. And I think this is probably the best thing for the Tigers to kind of go on and to move on from Brad Ausmus. Now, this video is not going to go into who the Tigers may be looking at for managers. There was one I seen for Rod Gardenhire, and I'll go into that, but my gut feeling says no to Ron. I have my own personal opinions on that sort of stuff, but we'll get into that in the next video, guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I really don't have much else to say than that, other than the lack of accountability for Brad, kind of a clubhouse mentality. The wins and losses, I don't think really ever got this team pissed to say, why are we losing? I mean, you could probably talk to Justin Verlander and to J.D. Martinez and Alex Avila to try to probably get some insight on kind of how it was in the clubhouse. I mean, they're with different teams now, so I don't think they are probably, they would probably give some better insight onto that. But they're off to other organizations, to Houston, to Arizona, and to Chicago. So, guys, let me know what you guys think. I think it's a good move. Do you guys think it's a good move? Go ahead and put it down in the comments, and also do a like, subscribe as well. And to all my DVE family, Mondone Ray, Dante Chase, Man Beast Morris, Everything King, Hitman 313, You Should Know 1, Hammer Down 48. All you guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I don't know if you guys even do watch this video, because I know a lot of those people kind of focus on the NBA and the NFL. I don't think many actually do Tigers videos, although maybe once in a while, maybe something big like this they might do. But that's just my own personal assessment, sitting here in a couch south of Lansing and watching them on the television. So, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and also do a like, subscribe as well. As always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces, guys. Go Tigers. Hope for better seasons.